Chapter 6. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. Then said these men,
We shall not find any occasion against this Daniel,
except we find it against him concerning the law of his God.
Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king, and said thus unto him,
King Darius live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute, and to make a firm decree, that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, O king, establish the decree, and sign the writing, that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not.
Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled, and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree.
Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions?
The king answered and said,
The thing is true according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not.
Then answered they and said before the king,
That Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day.
Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king, and said unto the king,
Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is, that no decree nor statute which the king establisheth may be changed.
Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel, and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel,
Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee.
And a stone was brought, and laid upon the mouth of the den. And the king sealed it with his own signet, and with the signet of his lord, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace, and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning, and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel,
O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions?
Then said Daniel unto the king,
O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt.
Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them, and brake all their bones in pieces, wherever they came at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, Peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree, that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian.
Just to give you the human side of what he also had to face with regards to the famous story of Daniel in the lion's den. Well, chapter 6, this chapter stands out as a monument of the keeping power of God. Prophecy has been fulfilled as the arm of silver now replaces the head of gold. It is the time of the Medes and the Persians. One of the hardest challenges for employers and business owners today is to find trustworthy employees, especially managers. With millions of dollars of investment at risk, companies search high and low for people that they can depend on to protect their interests. Things were not different in Daniel's day. When Cyrus the Mede conquered Babylon, he needed experienced, trustworthy people to manage the province for him. He was looking for leaders who could maintain civil order, collect taxes, and stimulate trade and commerce. So he elected 120 providential government known as satraps, which mean protectors of the kingdom. Over these he placed 3 governors, including Daniel. So you had 120 officers. And then on top of the 120, you had 3 presidents. And of the 3 presidents, Daniel was preferred as the best, or as the top out of the 3. Why Daniel? Because in chapter 6 and verse 3 it says, because an excellent spirit was in him. That is, he was trustworthy. His reputation was above reproach. He was known to be above bribery, extortion, which were common amongst officials of that day, and I want to say common amongst any official in many days, many societies. In placing him in a senior position, Darius was confident that he would suffer no loss. Actually, you'll see that in verse 2. The king would have no what? Damages. He would have no loss. Nobody would thief my money. Indeed, Daniel's ethical character do distinguish him from other officials that Darius intended to place over the whole realm. From verse 4 to 5. Can a man live in this world without error or fault? The answer is yes. My question back to is, what about you? Can we also live in a world? Integrity can incite jealousy. His life was above corruption and can create problems for people who like corruption, especially when he's one of the top boss. So you'll notice here in verse 4 that when the presidents on occasion considered the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. So let me tell you, they bring in auditors, they bring in financial advisors to check the record to see where he passing money underneath, see where he doing things behind, and they can't find nothing in the record. Neither was there any error or fault found in him. The man maintained a clean slate. In public office, clean slate. Success and prosperity can breed condemnation to others who are living ungodly. Like Jesus as he faced Calvary, Daniel has a reputation for loving God and praying. So we can't find a fault. Here's what they decide to do. You go make one. Make one. So when they begin to examine, they realize he's the Spirit of God, so they decide, now here what? We're going to feed upon the king's pride and make him feel like he's gone for 30 days. You may say, I mean, as a believer, we could more than go and pray, fast for 30 days, and after 30 days we continue to pray. Not Daniel. Daniel knew that the success in public office required that he prayed 3 times a day. So when the law was passed, you will see that they indicate to the king here, listen, if anybody asks any petition of any god and so on like that, it will be for 30 days. Focus was now set to bring constitutional reform and to pass a law in the Persian parliament that at any given time, these guys played on Darius' pride to decree that Darius will be a god for a month. You know, in some working environment, in KFC or somewhere and so like that, just put up your picture for customers to see my employee of the month. They decided, sir, we're going to make the king god for the month. That's really what it is. And when they bought the decree, there is no record where the king going to examine it. He had called no public meeting or public consultation or anything like that. I will be God for the month, bam, sign it. One time, he signed the particular decree. Alright? If a law like this were to be passed in our lifetime, would it matter? After all, most of us go for days, weeks, and even months without praying. Not here, right? Not Daniel. Sometimes because of duty, because of the particular things that you need to do, it is a whole different game ball that is here. Daniel had a decision to make. Either you hide and pray, or you make a bold statement. Now, he's a public figure. We're a public figure on one hand. He's in a public office, he's in a parliament, and he's functioning there. Now he's on that next political party, and he's still functioning. He's known. Look at Daniel's prayer life. Daniel had a place to pray. He adopted what was recorded in Solomon, that he will open his windows towards Jerusalem, and he will pray. And Solomon had said that no matter where the Jewish people go, if they pray and they will call upon the name of God, God will answer them from Jerusalem. Daniel had a posture in prayer. It was on his knees. It symbolizes a man of humility and a heart dependent upon God. Now, this is the big president. There are 120 top rankers. He's the top of the tree. And Daniel takes 3 times a day to drop on his knees. One famous author said it this way: a man who can kneel before God can stand before anybody. We make our stand on our knees. That's how we make our stand. So there's a place of prayer, there's a posture of prayer, there's a period of prayer. Anybody want to outline for your next time you're teaching prayer? Get right here. 3 times a day, according to Psalms 55 and verse 17. Evening and morning and noon will I pray. And what? Cry aloud. Man, I pray quiet, you know. Crying out aloud. Like when a bishop and sister by when they put them to pray about the cake from quite in the back. Cry aloud. Pray. Somebody passed it with AC, they still hear them pray. Cry aloud. Then he had a purpose in prayer. So Daniel prayed, and his purpose was to give thanks to him. He giving thanks. The law passed, giving thanks. The conspiracy was set as it made their check to catch Daniel in the act. They reported Daniel, but they also used the title of the captive of the Jews to indicate what he was doing. So they come back to the king, and they say, and you make a decree that nobody is to pray because we're supposed to make you the king or the god for the month. And then they come and they say, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captive, going back again, the slave you bring, the outsider you bring, the people that you bring from dumb soul. Watch what they're doing. Alright? And it's only when they indicated to the king that Daniel was continuing in prayer, the king actually was very displeased with this. Now, I find this to be quite interesting because this is a heathen, outside, unsaved king. And yet, we find that this king he had a relationship with Daniel. Unlike Nebuchadnezzar, in the scene of the Pharaoh's furnace, who got more mad Jairus looked or took another means he called Ravish Lawrence Marad to find a legitimate legal pothole or a loop. There must have a loop in the law where we could have a parliamentarian get out. He searched all the legal means that it could be. I mean, if he could have even get contact with Jack Warner to find out how he does get away, he will have contact him to fight and get Daniel out. He searched until the sun was going down. I mean, the king worked whole day beating the law books to get Daniel out. Alright? So Jairus wanted to find a legal loophole to free Daniel. He knew, listen now, that fellas, they call him in the kitchen. He knew that. Sometimes when you have a good relationship with your boss, other people don't like it. I hope when you have a good relationship with pastor, the people around you like it, yeah? Alright. Seeking legal advice, he committed Daniel to his God and into the devil. You have an unsaved man telling the believer, your God will deliver you. Thy favor. Thy favor. You know, sometimes your ungodly boss will say, we know your God will deliver you. So he searched, and then he says, thy God whom thou servest continually is able to deliver you. So in verse 16, verse 17, verse 18 hereabout, it is misery in the palace as this pagan king went into prayer and fast for his co-worker or employee Daniel, whom there is evidence that he loved. Now, you have no other record that anybody prayed for Daniel. You have no Shadrack, Meshach, and Abednego, you have no any friends, all the other presidents must be jealous him, all the other people who you're working with. So you have some people who's working with you. When you're in trouble, they want to help you, they're trying to get you out. Because they're watching your office. Okay, they could move you up, we could move up. Alright? You know what happened? The king goes into a night of prayer and fast. He don't know God, but he prayed for Daniel. What a thing. What a thing. He worked whole day in the legal profession to try to get him what he can't get him. I show you that. When the night comes, he go into prayer and fast to be able to find a way to get Daniel out. Jairus faced the den in his mind, being confronted by the lion of his conscience. So while Daniel was fighting or had to deal with the lion that he literally faced, the king had a next lion to deal with. His own conscience of being able to, that he was caught in his own government catch-up and he can't get out. It is now the miracle in the den. As Jairus rushed to the den, he responded that my God sent his angels and shut the lion out. So early next morning, the man prayed all night. So he walked all day, prayed all night, and next morning he running going to see what going on. Jailer opened yet, he flied on me. Then the king arose what? Very early in the morning, not just early, but what? Very early. And went in haste unto the den of the lion. And when he returned, he said a call. Daniel, your God help you, boy. Oh, I hope you're living still. God is able to shut what is about to devour you. And he's able to bring you out of any den. Sometimes you have some people that you're walking around and you only growling. And you only want to grab and bite. And you need to say, God to send an angel, and all they could do is watch them go, Some of us need some lions around our lives to go, They want to do things, but they cannot go, God shut the lion's mouth. That is there. Alright, and delivered him from it. From verse 24. So here you have a discussion. He says, there is no hurt. God sent, and if we bring him out in haste, He had found grace was a supernatural miracle that takes place. And then the enemies of Daniel are thrown, and the entire families. That part for me is a bit sad. Because let me tell you something, there are sometimes guys working in office, so guys working on the job, and you don't realize that the things that you do on your job can affect your entire family. They lost their job, they're going to get locked up, and the entire, so not only do they throw the men, but their children and their wives, they take all of them, and their life was hungry all night, they're so anything flying inside of there, man, they beat, they eat, they tear, they mash up down to the bone of individuals too as well, in terms of what's taking place. So, entire family got destroyed because of this. Sometimes we have to remember that on the job we need to behave ourselves and live and operate as we need to, because it's not only your pride that is outside here and your life that is outside here, but it's everybody that's connected to you. And these guys forget that. It was constitutional reform again in the Persian parliament as the law was passed to declare that the God of Daniel is the one true God. The one true God. So here we have the king is actually saying, I make a decree that in every dominion and in my kingdom men tremble and fear the God of Daniel. So I don't only want you to respect Daniel because he's the president. You must also respect his God too as well. He indicates here how he has dominion. He uses signs and wonders and so on like that is there. So this king actually got a supernatural insight. Well, the man prayed and fasted all night. And he saw the signs and wonders of how God is able to deliver Daniel. And you have a testimony here of where he is showing evidence of a change. He gets saved. That night he gets saved. He says he's able to deliver and rescue. He works signs and wonders and who is able to deliver. And so Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius right until the reign of Cyrus of Persia as well. Daniel prospered under two kings during the political reign of the Medes and the Persian. If I'm correct, Darius is the Mede and Cyrus is going to be the Persian. Alright? You know, it's a coalition government. Like how when we had recently, we had in the last government, you had the UNC and you had Cork. Well, Cork was the smaller one, so Darius is from Cork. And now you have Cyrus is from the bigger party. These are the Persians. Alright? And put which one you want in office, man. Daniel is willing to work, willing to obey God, willing to do things in public life for the people without corruption, and live the entire life that is there. Alright? So, this brings us to chapter 6. We are basically in the center of the book of Daniel. Next week we are going to be going into 3 heavy chapters. Chapter 7, chapter 8, and chapter 9. As we get more understanding in terms of the times of the Gentiles. The time of the Gentiles. If God is able to deliver Daniel from the den of lions, God is able to deliver you too as well. I don't know what you're facing or what you may be going through, but God is able to deliver you in the midst. Sometimes in the office there are political stories that are going on. But wherever God has placed you to function, be it in the schools, in a group, do it wholeheartedly. So that when people were to examine, they must find no fault. When you hand your office over to somebody, they must find no fault. You're doing it with a pure heart and an open heart. That is it. Bow your head.